want to share a couple of things that I learned during a client meeting today. This was an introduction from parents to their children. They wanted their children to come in, get a chance to meet our team, and begin the process of kind of tidying things up. It kind of goes back to my last video about having conversations with those who are closest to you. Got to tell you, incredibly sharp young couple, young family. They were maxing out their retirement plans. They were making sure that they were putting away. They had 529 money set up for their 2-year-old. They were just crushing it. And then I asked one question that, honestly, I was a little bit surprised at the answer to, particularly as thorough as they had been about everything else. I asked, do you have a will? And they didn't, and I was shocked. Now, to their credit, one of them reached out to their lawyer while in this meeting and got it scheduled because they had been meaning to do it, just hadn't gotten around to it. But just wanted to share that because it was interesting, because a lot of times, really, this particular couple, they were coming to us just to make sure they weren't missing anything, and they were doing a lot right. But sitting down with Carson and me today, we were able to point out one thing during the meeting before we even do a signature life plan, which I think is going to be super helpful for them. But I also wanted to share something that a great question by this young couple. They asked me, why should we work with your team? There are lots of advisors in Florence and around the area. Why should we work with you? And it really gave me an opportunity to tell more of our story, which is that we're a multi-generational company serving multi-generational families. We are an intersection of experience and innovation in terms of the fact that, at least for me, I have 25 years of experience, but we also have 25 years left. And I think that that's important when we start looking at planning for generations. Nobody wants to retire or have their advisor retire before they do. Nobody wants to feel like if their family needs them someday, the team's not going to be around. And so I was really excited about getting to answer that question, because having advisors from their 20s to their 60s and everywhere in between, the fact that we work as one team, you get the best of all of us. And so again, it was just one of those things that in spending time with this young couple, it really highlighted two things that were important to me. Number one, making sure that you've made sure. Having somebody check to make sure you've ticked all the boxes, that you're not missing anything. And it was a great question by them to ask. And I was super excited about the answer that I was able to give. So if we can be of help to you, to a friend, family member, colleague, coworker, don't hesitate to reach out. Again, make sure you're checking all the boxes. And if you haven't recently, get with us and let us make sure that we don't see something that you don't, or we don't see something that you're missing. Hope that you have a great month, and I will see you soon.